So, hello everyone, and welcome to the very last show for the Akashic records and wisdom that I want to share with you today as we leap in towards or close towards 2023 as we wind down and end in 2022, which has been a bit of a big year. So, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Natasha Nicole Harris. I am usually here every Wednesday at 4 p.m. UK time, hosting a powerful and inspiring conversation with another soul-led entrepreneur, or to pick divinely from the guides, work with the Akashic records, do activations, and really supporting you into next level of leadership, impact, love, relationships, and sprinklings of magic to add to the mix. So if you're new to my world, please do say hello. If you're watching the replay, type #replay. Let me know what's been coming up for you recently, how you're feeling about the end of this year, and how you're feeling about stepping over into 2023. I cannot believe it is the middle of December. It is incredible where this year has gone, but it has been a challenging year for most, even the well-seasoned healers amongst us, the people amongst us that have been doing this self-development work for many, many years, sometimes decades. It has proved a little bit challenging. It's proved to be a testing year. And I've been hearing this amongst so many circles that I am a part of, with other healers, with other coaches, with other people who most, and my clients as well, who have been working on their self-development for many years. And so if that's been you, if this year has felt like a little bit of a struggle as well, then do let me know in the comments, and let me know perhaps why this has been a little bit of a struggle. Hello and welcome to the show. So we have really been tested, and it hasn't felt comfortable. And sometimes, if you've been a bit like me, there's a bit of anxiety, a bit of uncertainty around what are we supposed to have been doing this year? What has this year really truly been about? And I've really been doing lots of reflecting over the year, but especially over the last few weeks, as I'm kind of ending the year. And for many of us, and I've heard a lot of people say, I'm really glad to see the back of 2022. I can't wait to get into 2023. But rather than waiting even for the next 2 weeks, like to end this year, how can you start to create the momentum now for what you want to start creating in 2023? So that could come in many shapes and forms. Doesn't mean to say you have to get busy, you have to do more, you have to allow yourself to really spend this time off and do the work and get started and creating the momentum. But how do you want to really end this year in the same with the energy that you want to draw into 2023, rather than just letting the next couple of weeks slide, letting the 2 weeks go, and then thinking about it in the new year? What are you hoping to get from 2023? What are you hoping to manifest, to bring in, to call in 2023? And how can you stand a little bit more firmly in that energetic resonance of what you want to call in more of? So for me, what's really happened is that I have actually ending, even though it's been a challenging year, I'm ending this year in the same energy that I want 2023 to continue. That is with a huge amount of gratitude. It's with huge amount of recognition for the growth, the expansion, the learning, the people that have touched my life, the people whose lives I've touched through the work I've been doing, the powerful readings that I've been doing, the channeling that I've been receiving, and all of these kind of things. So it's really about now for me is recognizing I'm carrying that energy through with me, rather than going, I need 2 weeks off, I need to collapse, I need to recharge so that I've got the energy to start in 2023. I'm holding that energy already now of what I want to create in 2023. But we have, for me especially, and I'd love to hear how you have experienced 2022. For me, I've really had to dig deep in my trust of the unknown. That has been one of the things I've been really truly reflecting on, and that hasn't been easy, because as things sometimes need, when we want and desire more, sometimes those things that are holding us in our holding pattern of where we are now need to fall away. That means we have to be willing to let things go that is uncomfortable, that are no longer in a resonance and vibrational frequency and a match to where we want to go, that we can't drag them with us in the hope that we can carry on to some old patterns that we've been playing out, so that we can create more of what we desire and, you know, come in the later in the year, in the coming months, in the coming weeks, whatever that is. So in that, what I have recognized is that I have really been taking out all the old foundational blocks out of my that I've been building my business on, that I've been building my life on, that I've been building my relationships on. And I've been taking those wobbly foundations out that are not resonant, that's not going to hold my frequency as I expand and grow. And I've been taking those out slowly but surely, which has been very uncomfortable, because I don't really know what I'm going to be placing back in the learning. I don't know how I'm going to how that's going to make everything wobble. The uncertainty, the uncomfortable feelings of not feeling grounded, solid, sure of where our next steps are going. It's not easy. So what I've really recognized this last year is that I've taken those old foundational blocks away, and I've been slowly but surely, with real discernment, with real choice, with real conscious awareness of what am I building instead of those things that have been a bit wobbly, that not resonant with where I'm going, where I want to build my business, where I want to build my life, my relationships. Where have I been building stronger foundations? And that takes time. And that also needs an element of surrendering to the unknown, to being okay with feeling a little bit wobbly in those in-between times. And these are always what we need to look at to gain some more clarity around as we keep our expansion growing, as we move into the next phase of what we want to create, as we move into different frequencies and different realms, and as you know, the world changes around us as well. The things that we have been dragging with us are not going to help us or serve us or be helpful for us in the new paradigm, in what we're co-creating collectively, not just in what we're doing on our own. So we have to release those old paradigms. So for me, what I've really been noticing is that as I've taken those old wobbly foundations, I've really had to test my belief system. What paradigm am I moving into? What paradigm am I shifting into? Hello, Kira. Lovely to see you here. This year, I have gained a lot of knowledge and wisdom through doing a few day courses, concentrating on my meditation. Excellent. And so that is building stronger foundations in who you are, you know, knowledge of wisdom. It's like, it's part of you. It's part of your frequency. So that's really beautiful. And it's step by step, isn't it? It's not overwhelming yourself with doing lots of courses, lots of different things. It's about allowing yourself to build solid foundations in that place, so that when you put one building block back in, or a new building block that strengthens the existing structure of your foundations, then you are building on even more solid ground, more certainty, more direction, more understanding, and you're building and building from there. That's how we create momentum and to move forward. So thank you for sharing that with me. That's really beautiful, because the meditations are really, really key. So releasing these old paradigms, all these old ways, we're straddling two worlds right now. We really truly are. We're straddling the old world, the old paradigms that for us, you know, who are doing this work, who are standing in the light, for the light, to create more light, to spread more light in the world. We also have to deal with the duality. We have to deal with duality. Duality is not going to go away. We have to deal with the shadow side, the things that come up that are not comfortable, the things that are going to challenge us, test us, show us, you know, who we don't want to be as much as who we do want to be, into as we develop, as we evolve, as we grow, as we expand, as we start to bring in and embody some of these new frequencies. We're all learning and growing. That's why we need to grab our sisters and brothers by the hand. We need to work together, not against each other. That is one of the older paradigms that we've been facing for, especially as women, but not only as women. It's like, pitting each other against each other. We're all here together to support each other, to hold. I always talk about together we rise, that, you know, we're stronger as we unite, as we hold each other's hands. Like when one of us is feeling like we've got this and we've got everyone else's hand, you know, firmly in our grip, just showing them, guiding them, saying, oh, look at the magic over here. And when we're struggling, we've got someone else's hand that can show us and guide us the way as well. And no matter where we are on that journey, we all need a hand, you know, helping and supporting others, but equally to be able to ask for help and support from those that are a few steps ahead of us. And this is how we all move together in a beautiful wave, in a beautiful ripple effect, that it's never just, you know, like we're all creating the change. There's going to be these fluctuations. There's going to be these little waves of certainty where we're like, oh, look at what we're creating. And then there's going to be little waves of uncertainty, but we will look to people who are inspiring us, who can support us, can show us and lead us through the way. We all need that, no matter where we are on the journey. And as we do that together, as we're able to ask for that support, we really do truly grow more quickly, more beautifully, and more expansively. We don't even know what we're walking into. So as we're straddling these two worlds, we've got a foot firmly going towards where we want to go, but we're uncertain. We don't know quite where we're going. But we've got also a foot in the old ways, and we're still playing out these old paradigms. That's why I love working with the Akashic records. I'm doing some incredible, powerful past life readings the last few weeks, where these old paradigms, through the Akashic readings and through understanding our past lives, we've just been like really shedding and recognizing and acknowledging, and these old paradigms, these old ways of belief, our old belief systems, our old ways of doing things are really rising to the surface with this level of awareness, like, oh my goodness, this is, and joining the dots. I'm seeing so many people join the dots lately, which is so incredible and so beautiful. And we're all doing that as I'm doing my own healing, as I'm doing my own Akashic records, you know, understanding these little subtle patterns that we're playing out, sometimes unknown. And I'll often say to my clients, you know, there are moments where I'm like, I truly believe I don't hold a certain belief in my system, and then something will come out my mouth and I'll be like, oh, that's interesting. And just having that awareness of going, oh, I didn't think I believed that, but that's somewhere coded in my system, like to a small degree, to a little, like a shadow of it, a ripple of it. It's somewhere in our vortex. It's just spiraling around a little bit, and it's there. So it's like, that's the opportunity to go, oh, what do I need to be aware of? What do I need to just clear? What do I need to just allow myself to breathe into and release that from my experience? So we're all human. We're all human. We are all going through these changes and these experiences, and we're, even though we might have the same experiences, we're experiencing them differently. So this year I've really given myself permission to slow down. I've slowed things down in my business, which has not felt comfortable, but it's what I needed. And in that space that we create, this beautiful wisdom can come in, this beautiful enlightenment, a small tweak to the system, a small course correction, a small realignment, a small coming back to who we are and what's important to us. Where have we slightly veered off course, or maybe where have we completely stepped off and into a different direction? And we do that to varying degrees sometimes. The important thing is, how quickly can we notice it? How quickly can we recognize it? And so it's all of these things. We're going to be living with duality. There is going to be duality around us all the time. The purpose of this life is not to eliminate the duality. It's to honor it, to acknowledge it, to recognize it, to become aware of it, and then to choose powerfully how you want to step out of that duality towards what you choose. That is where we are truly powerful. And sometimes we need to slow it down. We need to give ourselves space. We need to give ourselves that moment of allowing something new and different to come into that space. And I've been uncomfortable with the speed at which things have been coming in, with which they've not been quick enough for my human mind, for my ego. So I've had to really keep slowing down, keep surrendering, keep trusting. It's like, and then there's that little moment of like, why is this taking so long? Where is it? I've been really good. I've been really well behaved. I've really noticed these things. I've been working on this. Where's my reward? And so then we push it away again because we have this expectation of time that it has to be, I do this thing and I have to see the results immediately. And so it's allowing that, recognizing that thought pattern of where is it, when am I, where is that? It'll come in the divine timing. I recognize that I have been having negative thoughts, especially getting to near Christmas and being alone. I know that we're never alone. And that's so true. It's reaching out to those that we love, reaching out in different ways. You know, we're so connected now, reaching out to your tribe, those that can support you, those that can gently hold your hand and can acknowledge and support you, knowing that it is a difficult time of year when we're alone. You know, I totally understand that. It's like it was 10 years for me that I was on my own, not in a relationship. And now I am with somebody, but that was getting clarity about what I really truly wanted in a relationship, who I wanted to be in that relationship, but who I also needed around me to nourish me, to support me, to make me and make me to know that I'm loved during those times that we feel alone. And we are always loved. We have our guides, we have our support system around us, our energetic little realm, like gunning for us in the background, going, come on, we love you. Don't forget about us. We're just as important. But also we need that that interaction in the human. And we've also been forced to be alone for many of us the last couple of years, Christmases as well. So that is also now coded into our system, if we have been, that it has another layer of meaning of being alone. So it's really acknowledging that, allowing yourself and giving yourself space, Kira, to really acknowledge how you're feeling, and reaching out and asking for some support, asking for people who you know love you to love you just that little bit more snugly, not harder, but snugly, and to hold you in that and to hold your hand through it. So ask for help is my guidance. So I'm going to pick a card. Because I always love to pick a card. I just feel this is a really pivotal time for us, you know, coming towards the end. It's been a big year. We've been through several eclipses. We've been through some powerful new moons, full moons. We stepped through the 12/12 portal the other day, and we're stepping now into 2023. And I know a little bit about the moons and the meanings of them. I know a little bit about the energies of numbers and numerology, but that's not my forte. My forte is obviously the Akashic records. But somebody was saying to me recently that 23 is a real number for manifestation. It's around an opportunity for us. You're welcome. It's a real opportunity for us to really manifest what we truly desire, but we have to be clear on what we want and desire. We're powerful manifestors. We can really manifest things that we don't want into our lives as well. So getting real clarity about what you desire, what you want to manifest into 2023, but more importantly, who do you want to be in that manifestation process? Who is the new version of you that you're becoming in that process of bringing what you desire closer to you? That is part of a huge, probably the biggest piece of the manifestation process is like, who do you want to be? How do you want to show up in that? Who do you need to become, and how are you like edging your way into who you're becoming through that? So that is really key. And so these foundational blocks are really important, having strong foundations that you can build on in that manifestation process, rather than trying to build on wobbly foundations. So if you still feel like a few of those foundational blocks need to be removed and replaced, be clear on what those are. Get some clarity, ask for some divine guidance and support to remove those blocks, those foundational blocks that are not serving you, and to replace them with something, an energetic resonance, something that will serve you. So I'm going to pick a card, a deck card. I put four packs on my desk thinking I don't know which ones to pick. So I'm just going to intuitively pick one. And I've got this one in my hand. So I am clearly meant to pick this one. As I'm looking at them, I've already got one in my hand. So, this is the element of just trusting what comes up. I love all my decks of cards, but I do love this one. So this is Gateway of Light Activation. Look at those beautiful colors on there. Just love these. Love these. So So I'm just going to read you what it says on the inside of the box, because it's just caught my attention. I call forth from within the light of source. Thank you for standing at the forefront of my heart and mind. Thank you for activating the ancient wisdom of my soul. I welcome in the support of heaven, of earth, the stars, light beings, and beyond. And so it is. So that's just a little calling in for the card that I've got one already turned over. Calling in the wisdom of the card. So I'm seeing a few people joining me now. So let's see what these cards. I just love working with the cards because the messages are always so beautiful. That one's jumping out at me, so I'm going to pick that one. Oh, look at this. Star being healing codes. Oh, I always struggle with the light on these. And knowing whether to go left or right, that always blows my mind a little bit. So look at that. Look at that extraordinary being that is holding Earth in light, so much light. I mean, it's almost blinding light, right? Isn't it beautiful? Let me just get the light back on it again. It's absolutely glorious. And we're standing on this earth, right? We're standing on this earth. So we are receiving these healing codes, these star being healing codes. I do think we are extraordinarily supported by these beings from all sorts of planets, starseeds, stars, and galaxies that are really supporting us during these really challenging times. The duality that we're experiencing. And so we are being asked now, and as I said, I do love it the way, as I sort of mentioned, the last thing I said before picking the card is like, what are the foundational blocks that you need to now remove and replace? So this card, I believe, is for you to really intuit what it is that you feel in your heart, knowingly, divinely guided, that you now need to let go of, to remove, to recode, and use the healing codes of this beautiful, extraordinary light. I mean, this gives me goosebumps. I will pop a picture of it. I can't get it. I can't get the light. Does that work? No. Yeah, there you go. Look at that being. I mean, that's just extraordinary. So it's really around allowing us to soak up these healing codes. We are being bathed in light all the time, extraordinarily bathed in light. And it's either we feel it, we allow it, we acknowledge it, we bring it into our conscious awareness. Consciousness is what amplifies these frequencies, amplifies the healing, amplifies the shift, the change, the transition, the release, the moving forward. It's the consciousness that really creates that for us. So when we can consciously intend what we want to let go of, what we're calling in, as I said, the thing that we want to really be aware of is like, who do we actually need to be when we are calling these in, as we're healing them? So perhaps when you realize there's something you need to let go of, it's around really acknowledging what resources are you asking for? Is it inner strength? Is it guidance? Is it wisdom? Is it to stand in your power? Is it to recognize the truth and to stand by the truth? What is it that you are asking support around, that you want to be more truthful, that you want to let go of, things you've been hiding, that you've been masking? Have you not been showing up? Have you been like not visible in your business? Are you afraid of really showing up in your business? Are you, what is it that you are really calling in? The strength to show up, the strength to, the confidence. Is it confidence that you're requiring? So what are those things that you're asking for? It's not just about, I desire to get 20 more clients. I desire to get, the beautiful house in the country, which is like one of my desires. It's not about creating the £1 million business. It's about what do you require? What strength do you need? What resources do you need and guidance do you need in order to help you and support you to manifest that? And perhaps it is Perhaps it is confidence. Perhaps it is more trust. Perhaps you need to surrender. Perhaps you need to let go of things. All these beautiful things that we've talked about. It's celebrating everything that you have discovered, learnt, expanded within yourself. This is your opportunity to celebrate you. Celebrate who you have become this year, because you are already different. Don't dismiss that. The person standing here on the 14th of December 2022, or whenever you're watching this, it could be in 3-5 years time. These things are, people still sort of say they listen to things some years afterwards. You know, it doesn't matter where you're standing. Recognize that you already are a new version of yourself to what you were 12 months ago, 6 months ago, even 3 months ago, sometimes even yesterday. So recognizing we are always shifting and growing as we do this work, as we become more consciously aware, as we dive deeper into the self-development, as we dive deeper into understanding and wanting to know and staying curious about who we are and what we're here to do. So you are already transformed. You are already new and different. So let me know if you've got any questions. Let me know how that resonates with you. Let me know, perhaps, what is it that you're healing? And what are you calling in? What are you calling in? What do you need to become more of? Or what are you asking for support so that you can become more of it, to call in the desire that you have? And yeah, so this is really my last live for this year. I won't be here next week. I will be back on Wednesday the 11th. I think it's the 11th of January, back here again on Wednesday, the 11th of January. And if you've got any questions at all about Akashic readings, working with me with the Akashic records, if you would love a past life reading, if you would like to know your soul light, who you are, standing in your power, then get in touch and let me know. All the bookings are on my website, and you can book in there. Come and join the Soul Aligned Leaders Facebook group if you are not already a member. I go live there. Also, there is a free resource to stand in your soul wisdom if you come and join us. It's a 5-day beautifully activated journey to really understanding your inner wealth, how wealthy you already are within yourself and what you already have. So thank you to everyone joining me this year on all my lives, joining me on the journey. Those of you that have worked with me, those of you that have been working with me unconsciously through the wisdom of the Akashic records. Yes, Kira, come and join us on Facebook and connect. Be lovely to see you. It's been a true and utter honor to host these lives pretty much every single week for the last year. Well, actually, I've been doing this for probably 3 or 4 years. So, and who I am today doing these lives has dramatically changed to who I was when I first started them, when I first did them, when I first started doing interviews. And I have to say, I've loved every single minute of it. So long may it continue. I will be back here in the new year, loving what I'm doing, co-creating with all of you beautiful souls to lead a different future for us and all that reside on it. So thank you for watching. Happy Christmas, happy festive period, whatever you choose to celebrate or not celebrate over this time. Enjoy, be with loved ones, celebrate yourself, and choose powerfully what you want to create for 2023. Bye for now.